Okay, I've had people ask me how I put this car tire on this thing. I'll start with the frame. First you got to take that in consideration. You can either build your frame or add on to your existing cradle. I found it easier just to go ahead and build the frame, which really wasn't that difficult. What I did is I took some 1/2-inch concrete reinforcement rod and bent it around a stock frame. And after I got through with that, it was basically a jig. I took my tubing and I bent that around the rod. So you got to take into consideration the back here when you're putting the big tire on it. First off, this is just a regular old Ford rim. It has a 3-inch hole in it, and I just took some pipe, actually my clothesline pipe, and stuck it through. Machined some races, machined an axle. No, actually the axle was old Honda 750 axle. As you can see right here, this is stock Honda stuff. Believe it or not, that sprocket is plastic. Some kind of space-age plastic they use on the space shuttle. It's got about 6,000 miles on it. It's got no wear at all. Down here, you're looking at the primary shaft. That's the key to getting the big tire on it. I got a couple of pillar bearings under there mounted. I don't know if you can see them. Machine you a shaft, weld you a couple of sprockets on the end. Those are just welded on there, so if they ever wear out, you just replace the whole thing. And looking at an oil cooler right here, that's probably 10 feet of 3/8-inch copper tubing right there, and it does a good job. Go back over here. 3-inch pipe stuck through a Ford rim. Weld you a couple plates. Here, plates on each side. Be nice if you could chrome it. That's painted black, as you can see. But people ask me how it rides. It rides just fine, even with the car tire on it. So, gas tank, handmade. Just bought a couple of sheets of aluminum, put it on the ground, started pounding on it. Probably a 1.5 gallon tank there, it doesn't hold much. Headlight was made out of a water balloon. Just take your balloon, fill it up with water, hang it upside down, wrap it with some clear plastic, and then start putting your coats of fiberglass over it. The front was a stock headlight, an old 6-volt headlight. I took and mounted that in there. And does that look familiar here? This is just a regular old 120-volt floodlight. You cut the back out of it, mount a halogen bulb in there. And I love the way it disperses the light. The trees are homemade. I had to make those to fit the Springer. I got that from a friend of mine. This has been 10 years ago. Stock seat, Cobra seat. The pipes, I made the pipes, or part of the pipes anyway, made the heat shields, I guess I probably got, for the frame, that's about a $40 piece of tubing there, 40 in the frame, 60 in the pillar bearings, nothing in the rear end back here. So we're talking less than $150 for this, the frame and the rear end setup back here. This back fender, that was just an old dirt bike fender. We had to widen it. Quite a bit of work there, but you're not going to be able to buy a fender to fit that thing. Back to the pipes. I had to cut slots to bend that. I don't recommend doing that because it baffled it just a little bit. For you guys that don't mind doing a little work, it's really a nice looking setup. It rides just great.